discussing the last lab program in DBMS lab, that is the company database. So here is the problem statement. So the problem statement says like consider the schema for company database. You have to create a database with the name company which contains the table employee, department, D location stand for department location, project, works on. So an employee in employee table, SSN will be the primary key. You can take it is similar to like employee ID. You can consider the data type for SSN will be an integer. Then the name will be an varchar, address, varchar. You can then sex. If you wanted to represent in M in a single character, you can consider it as char. Or if you wanted to represent in terms of female or male, then you can consider the data type for sex as varchar. Then the salary, it is an integer, super SSN, then department number. So then in the department table, department number will be the primary key. So in the column with underscore will act as the primary key. So before creating the table, first you write the schema for this database. Here is the schema for the company database. Yeah, this is the schema diagram. So in this schema diagram, once you look at the problem statement here, so we have the employee table and the department table. The employee in the employee table we have department number. So, but in the department table this will be the primary key. Hence, here department number will act as a foreign key. So first you create a department table, then you create the employee table. You must follow the order while creating a table. So here is a schema diagram. In that schema diagram, so we'll be writing the schema diagram for employee, department, department location, project, and works on. Yeah. In employee, I told employee SSN will be the primary key. So we'll be dividing the name into first name and last name. Either you can consider it as FN or LN or F name and L name. So because in the query, when you go with the syllabus, the first query in the first query they have specified like you make a list of all project numbers for the projects that involve an employee whose last name is Scott. So for that one, I'll be dividing the name into first name and last name. So you have to specify for the last name, it is Scott. So hence we'll be dividing the name into first name and last name. So then address, 6, then the salary, super SSN. This will become the foreign key, which is going to refer to an employee SSN. Then department number. So department number is also acts as a foreign key, which is going to refer to the department number in department table. In the department number, so department in the department table, department number will act as the primary key and department name. Then the manager SSN, I told the manager SSN will be the foreign key, which is going to refer to an employee. Even an employee can be a manager also. So hence this manager SSN is going to refer to an employee SSN. Then manager start date. Then coming to department location, we have department number and department location, the columns. Both are the primary key, and this department number will act as a foreign key going to refer to department. We have 4 columns: project number, project name, project location, and department number. So here in project table, project number will act as the primary key, and department number will act as a foreign key. This is going to refer to department number in department table. Any employee can be works on any department, whether it may works on the hostel management or HR management, or it may works on development data. So you can specify the thing. So hence here department number will be becomes the foreign key going to refer to department number in department table. And finally, the last table, that is works on. In the works on table, SSN and project number. SSN will be the primary key and also project number will be the primary key. But here the SSN will act as a foreign key which is going to refer to SSN in the employee table. This will become the foreign key, and the project number will be the foreign key going to refer to project number in the project table. So while creating a table for this company database, you must follow the order. First, you have to create a table for the department, because in the department table, department number will be the primary key. So if you try to create an employee, you'll be getting an error, foreign key constraint. So hence first you create a table for the department, later you create a table for employee. That is why we mention the order like 1. First you create a table for the department, then you create a table for employee, then you create the table D location, that is the department location, then project, then finally works on. So let's go with creation of table. So I will go with the prompt. So here I will be creating the database. So I wanted to create a database. So this is the project file. So hence I will be creating a database. Create database. I will be creating it as DB file, database file. So the database has been created. Now I have to use this database. So before creating a table in this particular database, how to use this? In order to do this one, you should use the command use. Use followed by the database name is DB file. Now, I have not created any table in this database. Suppose if I type show table, it will show you the empty list. Show table. It is empty set. Now you create the table for first. I will create the table for department. Yeah, department. So you can create the table for the department by using create table command. Create table. Create table department. Sorry, create table. So have mistaken department. So hence I will putting a semicolon. So this is error because I have misplaced the spelling mistake for department. So just I will put it correctly, like create table department. Create table department. So here what might be the columns? The columns may be department number, department name, manager session, then manager start date. So you can specify the department number. D number is an integer, then D name, the department name, it is an varchar of department name, it is an varchar of 20, then manager SSN, MGR SSN, it is an integer, MGR SSN, it is an integer, then the manager started MGR SSN, MGR start date. So here I have to specify in the date format, so hence the data type is date, MGR SSN, MGR start date. So either you can give the space or you can completely give it as MGR start date. Okay. Then, so in this table, the primary key will be, which is the primary key here? The department number. So how to specify the constraint? You can specify the constraint like constraint D stand for department. I can specify it as DPK1, department primary key 1. Then the primary key will be department number. The primary key will be department number and put a semicolon. So this is going to create a table department. You can describe DESC department. Department number, department name, manager SSN, manager start date. So this will be in the date format. Now, once you create the table, so in this table, MGR SSN will be the foreign key. So first I will create another table employee. Later, by using the alter table, I will modify this table and make this manager SSN as a foreign key. Yeah. Now I will create the table employee. Create table employee. create table employee. In this table, the column SSN is an integer. Then I'll be dividing the name as fname. It is an varchar of 20 and name. So the first query says the last name should be as Scott. So hence we'll be dividing the name into first name and last name. So L name varchar of 20. Then what is the next column? The next column is address. So we can consider address also has varchar. The size will be like 20 character. Then varchar, then 6 varchar, then salary of an employee, salary which is an integer, then super SSN, right? Yeah, salary SSN, super SSN which is an integer, then department number is also an integer, and department number which is also an integer. Then you should specify the constraint here. SSN will be the primary key. You can specify the constraint like constraint EPK. Implying the employee table, the primary key will be SSN. Then in this table also we have created the table department. Now I will be using this department here. This will access the foreign key. So hence I can specify the constraint like constraint E employee foreign key of, which is the foreign key here, the department number, references which table, references department table. Already we have created here department, then in the department table it is going to refer department number. So on delete cascade query. Okay, so the table employee has also created. Then you can type DEAC employee. Yeah. Okay, the employee table has created. Just we have created here, the SSN will be the primary key and department number is the primary. But by looking at the schema, here super SSN will also access the foreign key. So later I will modify once I insert the value for department and employee table. I will be altering the table for the department and make MGR SSN as the foreign key, and in employee table super SSN will access a foreign key. We can do this one by using the alter table command. So next we'll be creating the table for the department location. Already I have written the command. So just I make use of this command here. So I have created employee table. Then I will be creating the table for the department location. So here D location. So yeah, you should create a table D location. Here the department number will be an integer, then the department location is varchar. Here the department number will be the primary key. So hence you can specify the constraint like constraint department DL, stand for this table name DL PK. In department location the primary key will be department number and D location, here both. Yeah, both will be the primary key. So hence you can specify multiple primary key here. Then constraint DLFK, department location, foreign key will be the department number, which is going to refer to department number in department table. Hence you can refer like this: constraint DLFK, foreign key of department number, references department number, department in the department table, which is going to refer department number on delete cascade. So we have created the three tables. Yeah, D location. Yeah, department location. Then now we have to create two more table like project and workshop. Already you have written the command here. So just I will make use of this command. So you know how to create a table and all right. So we can make use of this command. Just I will be creating a table here. So here I will be creating a table project, then the project number, which is an integer, project name is varchar, and project location is varchar, the department number is integer, the primary key will be the project number. Here department number will act as a foreign key. So hence this is going to refer to department number in department table. So then it is going to create the project. So you can describe the table project like this, DEAC project. Then finally you can create the table works on. So this is the works on command. Yeah. Number of hours. How many number of hours, how many hours the employee will be working, that is also an integer. You can take the consider the data type as integer. The SSN P number stand for the project number. Yeah. Project number, then enter the value. So now we have created all the values, all the tables for the company database. So I'll be describing works on. Okay. Now I have created all the tables. So if I type the command like show table in DB5, it is going to specify all the tables in my database like department, location, delocation, employee, project, and works on. Now you insert the values for the department and employee. Then you can alter the values. So alter the table by using alter table command, because here in the department table, manager SSN will access the foreign key. So which is going to refer the SSN in the employee. So suppose if you alter now only, it is when inserting the value, it may get an error message. You'll be getting an error message. So first you insert the value for these two tables, then you can alter the table and make this column as a foreign key. For this table, MGR SSN in department, then super SSN in employee table. So how to insert the values? Insert into the table name, right? Insert into the table name, then followed by values. You have to insert the value for department, then followed by employee. So you can give the department number is a number in which department you can specify the department, then the values, the manager SSN, then manager started. Because in MySQL, we are taking the manager started as a date format. It is going to specify first to specify the year, then followed by month, followed by date. So first I am going to insert the value for the employee table. So we have already written the command. Just I will use this one. So insert into, I will explain this one. So in a single stage, I will be inserting the 6 values, almost 6 values for the table department. Yeah. Insert into the department values. Here one stand for the department number. Then department name, the employee working on research. Here the MGR SSN. Then the date, the start date, MGR manager start date will be 2020 is the year, and this is the month, and this is the date. So like that you can insert 5 values, 5 to 6 values. So I have inserted for the department number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and the department name should be research, network, artificial intelligence, data science, accounts, then development. Yeah, in the query they have specified. So yeah, now while you look at the syllabus, the third query they have specified you should find the sum of all the salaries of all employee of the accounts department. So while inserting the value, take care like you should insert the value with the name. You should insert the value with the department name should be an accounts. One column, one value should be an accounts. So that is why I have inserted the accounts. So similarly, you can insert the values for employee table. So while inserting the values, you keep in constraint like the foreign key and the foreign key constraint. So the same has to be there in the both the tables. Otherwise, you will get a referential integrity error. Yeah. Then, so I'll be inserting the values for the employee table. So you know how to insert the values. So just I will be return the command. So I will be using this command here. So insert into employee table. This is one stand for the SSN. It is nothing but social security number, which is similar to employee ID. Then we have divided the name into two counts, that is first name and the last name. So the first query says you have to specify the last for last name Scott. So hence we'll be dividing the name. So while inserting also, insert the first name is Tom, the last name is Scott, then address Tumkur, then followed by the sex male, then followed by salary. So you can specify in terms of lakhs. So because while inserting this also, you can look at this syllabus. They have specified yeah, maybe this is the fifth one. Yeah, in the fifth one. So they have specified the salary of the employee should be more than 6 lakhs. So while inserting the value also for one employee, you can insert more than 6 lakhs value. Yeah, this one. So I have inserted the value for SSN, first name, last name, address, sex, salary, then super SSN. This will be the, which will become the foreign key, super SSN, then department number. This should be match. This should match. Whatever the department number you are entering for the employee should match with the department number in department table. So hence, we have created the value. So this one, 112, then 5. This is after the salary, this is super SSN, then followed by department number. For the department number 5. So the query also they have specified. So yeah, this one, the department number. So retrieve the fourth query, retrieve the name of each employee who works on all the department controlled by department number 5. So hence I'll be inserting the value for the department number will be 5 here. So you can insert the number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, but 5 must be their value. So for all the employees, I will be inserting the value department number is 5 itself. So just have a look at here. Here it is also 5. 5. The second employee, Srihari, then the third employee, Srinidhi, then the fourth employee, Bhumi TN, then the fifth one, Danny DS, then Madhu MS. So you can insert these values. So once you do this one, I have inserted the 6 records. So including this one, Tom's cat, it will be 6 records. So we have inserted the values for department as well as then employee. Now you have to specify the values. The important thing is once you insert the value for department and employee, I have already inserted the value for department and employee. So by look at the schema diagram here in the department table, MGR SSN will be the foreign key. Now you have to specify this constraint by using alter table. So you have to specify this constraint by using alter table. So how can we specify the constraint? Alter table. What is the table name here? The table name is department. Department. You can add the constraint. How can I add a constraint? By using add keyword constraint. So you can specify the constraint, add constraint. So this will become the foreign key. So DFK. So this will become the foreign key DFK. What is the foreign key? Manager MGR SSN. So MGR SSN. So foreign key of MGR SSN. Foreign key of MGR SSN. References which table? References employee table employee which is going to reference SSN on delete cascade on delete cascade. So alter table department, you had the constraint DFK in the department. I am specifying the foreign key, that is the MGR SSN, which is going to refer the SSN in employee table. SSN in employee table. Then hence I will be using on delete cascade. So it works. Similarly, you add a foreign key constraint for the other one. Which is the other one? For this one, employee table. The same thing, just use the table employee. In the employee, the foreign key will be SSN, which is going to reference the employee table of SSN. So we have written the command here. So just I will be using this one, alter table employee and constraint EFK1 of foreign key of super SSN reference employee. Then I can use on delete cascade. Alter table employee. I have to add the constraint foreign key. So here super SSN will be the foreign key which is going to refer the employee table itself. So references employee of SSN. Then this is going to yeah it's affected. Query okay, 6 rows affected. So now if you describe the table earlier, for the department table, you have not specified the foreign key, MGR SSN as a foreign key. Now, suppose if I describe the table, I will be getting describe department. Now it has become the MGR SSN as a foreign key. Similarly, if you describe the employee table, here the super SSN will be SUP SSN. Super SSN will become the foreign key. So DES, what is the table name? Employee. Super SSN will become the foreign key. Hence it is multiple foreign key. Yeah, this is. So now we have altered the command. Now the schema diagram, with respect to the schema diagram, we have created the commands and also inserted the values for department and employee. You should follow the order. First department, then employee. Now you insert the value for department location, project and work zone. You know how to insert the values, right? You can use the command insert into table name, then values. Then you can insert the values with respect to the particular column. Keep in mind, while inserting the values, you keep in mind the data type of that particular column, whether it is a string or an integer. So here I will be inserting the value for department location. So here the department number and D location and also the primary key. I will be inserting the value for D location. Already we have written the command. Just we will be using this one. Department location, D location. Yeah. And we'll be inserting the another value for the project table. So project table, while inserting the value for the project table, you have to insert the value for the project name. Should be one value should be IoT, one column value IoT. You have to specify, because the second query, you should show the resulting salary of every employee working in the IoT project. So hence you insert, while inserting the value for the project table, you must insert at least one value should be an IoT. So here we have specified the fourth, the last one, 16 IoT. Yeah. Then the last table will be an works on, right? So well, if you look at the schema, department location is over, project, then works on. Yeah. Here it is the query. Yeah. Okay. Insert into values. Yeah. queries. Okay. Now inserted all the values. You insert at least minimum of 5 to 6 value for each table. So I'll be retrieving all the value from the table. So select star from department and select star from employee and select star from what is the third name? Department location. It is D location. Then select star from I think project. Yeah. Okay. Then the project name should be an IoT. One project name. One employee will be working on IoT project. Then the last one works on. Select from works on. Yeah. Now, so till now we have created the table for the company database and I have inserted at most 5 to 6 values. For some table I have inserted 7 values, like works on. For works on I have inserted 7 rows. So now we'll go with the actual queries. So first we'll go with the first query. Yeah, where it is? Yeah, here. So the first query says like write the first query is make a list of all project numbers. You should list all the project numbers for the projects that involves an employee whose last name is Scott, either as a worker or as a manager, either as a worker or as a manager of the department that controls the department. Means you should retrieve the project number of the employees. Either an employee may be a manager or a worker, but his last name should be Scott. But while inserting the value, we have inserted one employee with the name, last name as Scott itself. So for this one, you have to write the query like, so I have to retrieve all the project number. So hence, in order to retrieve all the project number, I should use distinct. So hence, first I will be writing the first query like select distinct p dot project number. I have to select the project number. The query says make list of all project numbers for the projects. So hence you should write select distinct p dot project number from the table employee. I will be using an alias employee E, then the department D, then project P. I will be using an alias, hence we have written distinct P dot project. Then you should specify the condition where dot SSN, it should match it. Either the employee is a manager or a worker. So hence E dot SSN is equal to in which department he is working. Then D dot department dot MGR SSN. Manager SSN, and I have to check the one more condition, department dot department number, in which department he is working. So it should match with the project number, P dot department number, and the employee last name should be Scott. So hence, and we have divided the name into F name and L name. So L name should be Scott. So this is one query. So here it is going to retrieve the employees. So here I'll be getting the employee from the department and the project. But while you look at the queries, it shows like you should list all the project numbers for the project that involve an employee whose last name is Scott, either as a worker or as a manager for the department that controls the project. Now you have to write one more query. So I will be combining these two query by using union. Union of, I have to distinctly select signs. I will be using select distinct p dot p number. Then means project, in the project table will be using the project number from employee table. Employee will works on which department? So I have to use the works on table. So works on will be using an alias WO. Then for which project? Project P, I should specify the condition where E dot SSN is equal to employee dot SSN should match with works on department. So WO dot SSN and works on department WO dot project number should match with P dot project number. It should match with P dot project number and the last name should be dot equal to. So you can put a semicolon. So now I'll be retrieving the roles. So these are the project numbers in this project. So the employee name Scott. He'll be working on these project numbers, the 14, number 14, 11, 12, 13, and 16. Just have a look at here. So, yeah. So if you go with the values like works on, so it is showing like a project number 11, 12, 13. Yeah, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 16. So first I will look for the employee last name. Yeah, this one. So his SSN will be 11. So if you look at this one and super SSN will be here. He'll be working on in the works on department. It shows the values here. 11, 12. So this is the output for the first query. So it is going to give the result. So distinct is the employee will be working on different project number 14, 11, 12, 13, and 16. Now we'll go with the second query. So the second query is show the resulting salaries if every employee working on the IoT project. I told you people, right? While inserting the values for the project table, the project name should be an IoT. One record should be with the project name IoT. So show the resulting salaries if every employee working on the IoT project is given to 10%, right? Means you should give the increment to 10% for the employee who is working on IoT project. So you should write the query like, so for this one, I have to specify show the resulting salaries if every employee working on IoT. I wanted to retrieve the employee name. So hence I will be retrieve the name. Here the name I have divided into first name and last name. So hence we'll be typing here. So select F name, first name, comma, then last name. So I'll be incrementing the 10% rise. So 10% rate is nothing but 0.1 plus 100. So I will be getting it as 1.1. So then you multiply with, I will be getting with the one more column. I will be adding one more column, that is the incremented salary. So here 10% rise means I have to specify one more column, that is incremented salary. So I can specify salary for the salary column 1.1 into salary, as you can specify the column name as incremented salary. Incremented salary. Incremented salary from employee table, from employee E, you should use the, we are using the aliases. Then in each project you will be working, hence I will be using the project table P, then we'll be working on which project. So hence I have to use the works on table also. Works on W. Here I have to specify the condition where employee.ssn should match with works on department w.ssn and so works on in the works on department we will be using the project number on which project the employee will be working. Hence, works on dot p number. The project number is equal to project table p dot p number, and the important thing you have to specify the project name. Here the project name should be the employee who is working on the project name IoT. Hence, p name is equal to, you can give it as IoT. The employee who is working on this project IoT has to be incremented the salary 10% rise, 10% hike. So you should type this command. So select the first name, last name, then 10% rise. So I'll be multiplying with the salary. Then I will be specifying one more column with the name incremented salary. So I should be making use of employee table, the project and works on. So in the where condition, you have to specify the SSN, the employee value and the project number. And also the important here is the project name, that is the IoT. Yeah. I have an error so I will check the error. It is employee.ssn is equal to, it's not employee.ssn is equal to, I have not specified the condition. Okay, one sec. I'll be typing it as once again. Select F name, then L name. 1.1 into the salary, the employee salary has incremented salary from employee table. So better you type the command in a notepad and then paste it here. It is easier to correct the errors. Otherwise, you have to keep on typing the command here only. Project P, then works on W, where employee.ssn so otherwise I have written the command here only, so just I will be make use of this one. Yeah, this one. Then we're putting semicolon. So now I'll be using this command. So select the first name, L name, then the salary. So here I have specified employee.ssn should match with works on department SSN, and you can specify the condition. W.P number will be matched with project.P number, and the P name will be, the project name should be an IoT. So here the Tomcat will be getting an incremented value. So this is the value we'll be getting. So then we'll go with the third query. So in the third query, find the sum of all the salaries of the employee of the account departments as well as the maximum salary. So one sec, I'll be checking this condition here. Yeah. Okay. I'll be working on. Okay, fine. Incremented salary. Okay. Select the first name, last name as increased salary, or you can give it as incremented salary from employee project table, then works on, where employee.ssn should match with works on department of SSN and project number should match with, okay, yeah. So the third query. So the third query will be easier. You should use the maximum and minimum function. Find the sum of all the salary, sum of salary of all employee of the account department as well as the maximum salary, then the minimum salary and the average salary in the department. So I have to find sum of all the salaries of all the employee in the account department. But while inserting the values, we have taken only one employee in the account department. Just to retrieve the value for employee table. So yeah, department, here it is the account department. So 115, the manager assistant. So yeah, okay. And the third one, find the sum of all the salaries of the employee of the account department as well as the maximum salary, minimum salary, and average salary in this department. So I have to write the query like select. I have to find the sum of the salary. So select sum of salary. Column name will be salary. Then I have to find out the maximum and also the minimum. Max of salary and minimum. Use the maximum function, minimum function, and sum function. Salary. Then also I should use the average. EVJ of salary from employee table and department B. It should specify the condition where specified only for the account department. So where department name should be D name is equal to account. D name is equal to account. So just check whether I inserted the values like account or accounts. So yeah, okay. Check. I will show you the values. Okay. The department, it is accounts. It is not account, it is accounts. So otherwise you will get an error message here. So department D, where department name is equal to accounts and employee department number. It should match with the employee department number who is working in account department. So hence employee dot department number should match with department dot department number. So we'll be using an alias for the department D, hence E dot department number should match with D dot department number. So hence I will be getting the sum of the salary of the employee working on accounts department. Sum of the salary, the maximum, minimum salary, and the average salary. So then we'll go with the fourth query. So you can retrieve the name of each employee who works on all projects. You have to retrieve the employee who works on all project controlled by department number 5. So while inserting the value for the department, we have inserted almost all the values with the department number 5 itself. So you should retrieve the name of each employee who works on all project controlled by department. Hence, so I'll be writing the query like select. I wanted to retrieve the name, right? So yeah, retrieve the name of each employee. Retrieve, select. We'll be dividing the name into first name and last name. Select F name, then L name. First name and last name from employee table. From employee table E, where specified, you should use not exists operator. So where we'll be using the operator not exists. Then I'll be writing another subquery here. So here I have to specify select project number from project table. So Here the department number should match with 5, right? So select project number from project table where p dot project dot department number is equal to 5. The department number is equal to 5. And so in SQL we'll be using the minus operator, but MySQL does not support the MySQL, so hence we'll be using not in. So and P number, project number, I will be using not in operation. So not in operator, so not in, select, I have to select the project number from works on table. Works on where employee.ssn should match with the works on department. So es.ssn should match with w.ssn employee SSN. Then you can close this one. So here, okay, table, yeah, I have not error table db5 dot project. So it is not, it is project, but mistakenly I have written it as POJT project. So better, that is why hence I told you people to, instead of directly typing the command at the terminal, so you copy and you type it in on notepad. So I will type the command in notepad, then I will paste it here. So I can easily debug. So here it is not project, it is project. So just you save this one. Save this file. Oh, I need to type it once again. From okay. Here, yeah. Just use this command. Okay. Copy and paste it at the terminal, the prompt. Yeah. It's going to specify name with the employee, that is Scott. He is the employee working for the department number 5. Right? Then, so you can check here. So while inserting the value for the table, so the last one works on department, right? In the works on department, yeah. You can check on the last, I inserted the values like the project number 5 is the one will be working. Yeah, in department number for this department. So this is the output for the query, the 4th query. Yeah. So the 4th query says it should retrieve the name of each employee who works on all project. So is the employee Scott? Yeah, he'll works on. Sorry, yeah, he'll be works on all the project controlled by department number 5. So next, we will be moving to the last query in the company database, that is the 5th query. So the query name is, so for each department that has more than 5 employees, retrieve the department number and number of its employee who are making more than rupees 6 lakhs. Who are making more than rupees 6 lakhs. So you have to retrieve the department number. So hence we'll be using select department number, and I wanted to count the employee's name, or I'll be using the employee ID, hence I'll be using the count function count SSN from employee table where the salary of an employee is greater than 6 lakhs. And in department number, I'll be writing a subquery. This is how to group all the employees who will be working greater than 6 lakhs. So hence we'll be writing another subquery, select department number. Select department number from employee table. So from employee table, employee group department number having count of SSN, having count of, I'll be taking the employee ID here as SSN. It should be greater than 5. And group by D number. Group by D number. So for each department that has more than 5 employees, retrieve the department number and the number of its employee who are making more than 6 lakhs. So this is the query. Yeah, I will close this one. Don't want to save this one. Okay. Yeah. I'll be getting the value. So department number for the department number 5. So how many employees? The count. I wanted to retrieve the employee ID. So count. It is only 1. So and these are the queries you must execute for the last database, that is the company database. Thank you.